to present to us one of our young parishioners who's going to share his faith journey of coming to the team of Christ. I invite Adrian forward at this time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Sanchez. Today, I will be sharing my faith testimony. Quick introduction about myself. I am 26 years old. I've been a parishioner for 5 years here at Holy Family. I am married civilly to my beautiful wife, Veronica, or Ronnie, as I like to call her. But we'll be married through the church here soon. I also have a beautiful 4-year-old daughter named Adelina. Say hi. I have been Catholic since I was born. My parents are both Catholic, so they guided me as much as they could, but me being stubborn, I did not think about faith or attending Mass accordingly. So you could say that my faith meter was low or none. I had a drug problem back in 2017 that led me to the hospital, and throughout this time, I had seen my parents praying, telling me about God, and to have faith. I thank God for getting me through it. I believed in Jesus, but I still did not have a strong faith. At this time, I was also on and off with Ronnie. After moving in together, I noticed that her family were more religious than mine and that their faith was strong. Ronnie would invite me to Mass or church events, but I would not bother. I was a heavy marijuana smoker and very homebound. Instead of attending Mass, I would pass my time smoking. I simply did not have time for God. Ronnie had faith that I could someday change. A turn of events in 2019 made me start changing and have more faith than I ever thought I could have. Excuse me. Ronnie became pregnant in 2018, and in July of 2019, she had a stroke a month before she had to give birth. That night, and spent almost 2 months in the hospital. That night that it happened was the worst night of my life, because seeing someone you love in that state is something you do not want to see. That night, the doctor told me that there was a possibility that I would have to choose one life over the other. At that time, Ronnie and I were not married, so the decision was her parents', but I did not know that. Thankfully, it did not come to this, and both lives were saved. I did not think of God or about having faith. All I could think of is, why was this happening to us? Why was God letting this be? My parents, as well as hers, were very calm and would tell me to pray and that they were praying for us along with the church. They told me that it was all in God's hands and that I should have faith. Everyone I talked to would say the same thing. Everyone had faith, and mine was nowhere near theirs. The doctor said Ronnie could have different outcomes, like speech impediment, paralyzed from part of her body, or memory loss. She went through physical and speech therapy while in the hospital. Her faith was stronger than mine, but it helped build mine up. A very strong woman that showed me, and to this day still shows me, what faith is. My daughter was born prematurely, but had no problems and was out of the hospital within 2 weeks. My faith was stronger because I was seeing God's work in my life. After this event, I still had an addictive marijuana use. I never thought that I could get over it. Well, after getting closer to Jesus and seeing everything that was happening in my life, I had faith that it was possible. When I was able to quit with no hesitation, which was last year, I knew my faith was strong and my wife's prayers had been heard. I had withdrawals, but never did I have the desire to smoke again. I was tempted by my peers, but with God's help, I prevailed. Another thing that helped build my faith was attending Cursillo. Cursillo is a 3-day spiritual journey that will help you grow in your journey with Christ. It helped me a lot, and I highly recommend it to those who haven't attended. This year, my strong faith that had been built up was tested. My wife and daughter were in a car accident. When I was on my way to the scene, I prayed instead of asking God why. I instead gave thanks to God for everything He had done in my life, and that whatever was going to happen, now I will leave in His hands, no questions asked. My wife spent 2 days at the hospital for a small kidney laceration. My daughter spent one night with minor bruising. My faith is now strong that anything small or big, I leave in God's hands. God allows us to go through things that we aren't ready for to make us stronger. So when unexpected situations come across my life, I thank God. Thank you all for listening, and may God bless you all.